Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fraser Not the Exorcist. And today I wanted to talk about the DCAU, otherwise known as DC Universe Animated Original Movies. Now, basically, for me, my whole childhood, well, not like my whole childhood, but a big part of my childhood was the DC Universe. It's almost as if ever since I was born, I was born a DC fan because of the cartoons and the video games and just everything they put out that would intrigue me so much as a child. Of course, like everyone else, I grew up watching. Like anyone like who grew up as just a little kid during the mid 2000s and late 2000s, early 2010s. And then I'm pretty sure that you've watched some DC shows and some DC cartoons just in general, like the Justice League Unlimited, the Batman. Since I didn't see the Batman animated series until like years later on the Hub. But basically, I grew up watching TV stuff, and then when I got older, old enough to like pick out stuff for myself, what basically became my whole childhood was DVDs, right? And we'd always have this great big excitement about going to the store and buying one or two DVDs or however much that our parents would allow us to buy, because like when we got home, that was basically all we had to watch. It felt great to have this like physical thing that you could just pop on at any time instead of like waiting to see it at a certain time and having to be around at that certain time on TV. And more times than not, for me, those were DC animated original movies. All right, so after Unlimited and Justice League and Teen Titans were pretty much gone by the late 2010s. The only thing that I had to keep me going were these DC animated original movies. And there were just like bangers left to right, front to back, just like they did not miss at all in the beginning of the DC animated. Just like literally the first 15, 16 movies were all really, 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 really good. Like Superman Doomsday to start it all off was not great, but a good movie. Justice League: The New Frontier, Batman: Gotham Knight, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern: First Flight, Superman, Batman: Public Enemies was my absolute favorite. I watched that back to back so many times as a kid, and it just brought me so much joy to like see these things I that like these comics that I could never have brought to the screen because at the time I wasn't on the internet. I didn't have a phone of any sort of kind. All I had to go on was like whatever like small comics I could find and used in newspapers, or like if I saw anything on TV which intrigued me. And of course those were DC shows. Because stuff like Superman, Batman, Public Enemy is like that movie is like it's like I don't know. It's just great. It's honestly just amazing how great that movie is. To be honest with you, like I've said it so many times, I could probably say it so many of the lines in that film. But these movies really meant a lot to me at the time that I saw it. Well, of course, they still mean a lot to me today, but at the time, they were basically like everything to me. Like because they were so good, and I honestly at times I'm just overwhelmed just thinking back to just how often I would watch them, just how simple life was back then. For me, just pop on a DVD and just watch it once or twice, and that was good enough for me. But now I'm just stuff on YouTube. Anyway, just so yeah, they just like everything just started off strong, and these like of course they weren't on like they'd show on Cartoon Network or on TV sometimes, but more times than not, they were just straight to DVD. As always, like Superman Doomsday made a ton of money off DVD sales, so that made them want to continue it. And this was like the one area where DC excelled above Marvel because let's just be honest. Like as soon as the 2000s hit, DC like live action movies just weren't really doing it anymore. Like apart from the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, everything else was just like even what else was there? Like Superman Returns. Of course, I have some nostalgia for it, but looking back at it, it wasn't that good apart from some key scenes in that film. So Marvel, like basically ever since 2002 when Spider-Man came out with that first movie, they basically had the live action scene unlocked, like even way before the MCU happened. Like they were doing really really well with the Fantastic Four and with Spider-Man and with X-Men and stuff like that. DC did not stand a chance in the live action realm. But when it came to cartoons, Marvel was the one that was struggling and DC was the one who like had the big great successes, like making millions and millions of dollars off these DVDs that they were selling with Superman Doomsday, The New Frontier, Wonder Woman. Like to this day, in my opinion, Wonder Woman 2009 is still the best Wonder Woman movie and still the only good Wonder Woman movie. No disrespect to like Al Gadot or anyone else who worked on those live action Wonder Woman movies. Those movies, in my opinion, are not good. All right, like the first one's okay, but it's really really overrated. And the second one, yeah, it's just as bad as everyone says it is. But this Wonder Woman movie, the one from 2009, that's what I thought we were getting when they finally announced and released the live action one. I think in 20 was it 18, 2017, sometime around there. But that's sad. But at least we still have the Wonder Woman 2009 movie. Not sure if it's like on the HBO Max or anything like that, but anyway, great, really, really great movie. All right, and in 2010 they released Batman Under the Red Hood. I'm sure you've all heard, or at least like heard about how much people like Batman Under the Red Hood. It has been praised to the absolute highest degree, and for good reason, of course, because it just is that good of a movie. All right, then there was like All Star Superman, which was something really nice and different for Superman. Green Lantern Emerald Knights is very underrated. Like there's a bunch of underrated stuff here because even though most of them got mostly great reviews, they're not really all that talked about anymore. Of course, there's stuff like under the Red Hood that people kind of even sort of look at like a sort of masterpiece in Batman animation, stuff like that. But everyone else just kind of gets overlooked, to be honest, because like to me, like seeing a bunch of these films, most of them in fact, like they're really really special. Like Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, Justice League, Crisis on Two Earths was such a big event for me. Before the whole Avengers Endgame thing, where there was like these big like end level events of heroes and villains like teaming up and fighting the one big baddie. Like Crisis on Two Earths pitted two, like the regular Earth Justice League that we know, the usual Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Flash, Martian Manhunter, and them, pitted them against like the on another Earth's Justice League, who were evil. And that final battle scene was just so epic. It just blew my little mind when I saw that for the first time, and I watched the heck out of that movie for like just years. It just like I don't know, it just made me feel so good. And then like Green Lantern Emerald Knights, very very underrated. I especially recommend, like it's basically like it's a Green Lantern anthology movie, which is like the best idea ever, since there's so many Green Lanterns that a lot of us don't know about, so many that you can like create, because like they're all aliens and they're all very very different. Like I would especially recommend the story in there about the planet Green Lantern, like the Green Lantern that's an actual planet. That was really funny and stuff. That's a great one. Then of course just Batman Year One. That's another one that's highly praised. Justice League Doom was great, which was, well, oh right, yeah, Justice League Doom was was that the beginning? No, I think like just Justice. Oh yeah, just Justice League Doom was basically the last Justice League cartoon that they released. Like the one where that guy's trying to kill the whole Justice League and Batman's using Batman's methods and stuff like that. like that storyline from the comics. That's not a great movie. And then they rebooted it basically around 2014 with the whole what's it called again? DC what's the thing called again? When they when they did the whole reboot of the DC universe, I don't remember exactly which year that was put into place, but this was the first movie that represented that Justice League War. It was I think it was called DC Rebirth or something like that. Something like that. But Justice League War, like even though I'm not the biggest fan of the whole rebirth thing, you know, uh, anyway, but that was still a great movie, which sort of rebooted the whole thing, the whole like made all the past movies, the whole 16, 17 movies that came before it, like it didn't like erase them, but it just they were just rebooting it, and I didn't really have a problem with it because it was still good. And of course, there's the Flashpoint Paradox, which came out right before War, right before they chose to reboot everything, which was really, really, really good. I think I think it's only second to Batman Under the Red Hood in terms of the amount of attention and praise that it gets on a regular basis. People are still talking about how great that movie is, and of course that meme, of course, with the yellow Flash talking and stuff like that. Of course that happened. And then right after War came the Son of Batman. This was another turning point for me, where I was older at this point. Came out in 2014, so that made me about uh came out in 2014. So I was just about starting high school at that point. 2014, 2014. Wait, 2014. Was I or like in my second year of high school? 2014. If it came out in 2014, then I was about 12 at the time. I I think I saw it when I was about 13. Just starting high school at that point. But yeah, at 13 years old, watching Batman, Son of Batman, which introduced me to the character of Damian Wayne. That was another great film in my opinion. People don't really like Damian Wayne that much. Not sure why. I don't read any comics. I don't have any legal access to comics like that. So I'm not sure why people don't really like Damian Wayne. But from these movies, I really like. I like the character. Just don't have much bad to say about it. Then came right after that a few months. Well, yeah, a few months later, Batman Assault on Arkham with the whole Suicide Squad. That's another underrated one. People only sort of kind of started talking about that when the Suicide Squad movie came out. I do not remember which year it. I think the Suicide Squad movie, well, not the Suicide Squad, but Suicide Squad, the movie came out in around 2016, 17, somewhere around there. And of course, got pummeled by critics and audiences alike, but it still made a bunch of money at the box office. Batman Assault on Arkham, to this day, still basically the best Suicide Squad movie, in my opinion. Really, really great movie. Really, just I like most of these movies. I would recommend. I'll get to when they starting getting back. But moving along after this, after Assault on Arkham, I would say is when things started to get kind of iffy and when things just kind of started falling apart. Well, not like falling apart, but the quality started to become inconsistent. Because if you've got to remember, up to this point, they had released like 20 20 straight like great to good movies at this point. There were no duds, there were no bad ones, in my opinion. 20 straight movies from 2007, starting with Superman. What's it called again? I forget. I keep forgetting the name of the first one with Superman. Superman Doomsday. Started off strong with that, all the way down to basically their first like I wouldn't call it a miss, but it was kind of like not one of their high points at least. Justice League Throne of Atlantis in 2015. All right, I was kind of looking forward to this one because it was going to introduce Aquaman to the rebooted Justice League and the rebooted DC Universe animated films. and it was kind of underwhelming in my opinion. It just went over the usual thing. I found it kind of predictable and stuff. But then in that same year, a few months later, on April 7th, 2015, they released Batman versus Robin. Now, I could do a whole video just talking about how much I love Batman versus Robin, because to me, in my opinion, like I've seen Batman Under the Red Hood. It's a really great film. Love it just as much as everybody else. But Batman versus Robin, I don't know, man. It's just it's a really special film for me because it is just it's amazing, art. Like that just like this just that right combination of action and the drama and just the just the stakes and just I don't know, this everything came together perfectly for me with Batman versus Robin. All right, like when Batman was trying to be a good father, trying to raise Damien and stuff. Damien was kept rebelling against him and going against his methods and stuff like that. And he started getting involved with the Court of Owls, and then Batman had to actually fight Robin, and it was just nuts. It blew my mind. Such a good movie, in my opinion. I just like I'm not gonna go so far as to say it's better than Batman Under the Red Hood, but to be honest with you, I just love that movie to death. It's just so good. So good. All right, then right after that came Gods and Monsters, Justice League, Gods and Monsters. Not gonna lie to you, uh didn't really, was it like a alternate, oh, it's an alternate universe version of the Justice League. I remember seeing this, well, but that's pretty much all I remember about it. That's pretty much all I remember is just seeing it, and then it just kind of left my head. To be honest, didn't leave that much of an impact on me. Batman Bad Blood in 2016, another low point in my opinion. Some people like it, which is cool. It's not like a terrible film or anything like that, but it's basically just like this coming together of the Bat family. I thought it was going to be more epic than it actually was, but it just turned out to be a forgettable film. So now coming down to the 2015, 2016, 2017 times is when they start to become hits and misses. And to be honest with you, this is when I like my head just started to check out, honestly. Batman Bad Blood in 2016, Justice League versus Teen Titans. Good movie. I liked it. Good movie. Batman the Killing Joke came out and was a huge monumental disappointment to the entire DCEU fan base. Like it just like and it's an adult animated superhero movie. Just like Batman the Killing Joke, such an iconic comic book, such an influential comic book to a bunch of people, loved by so many, and just ruined. The animation, was disappointing. This like pretty much all you've got to know is that is the whole Batman and Batgirl relationship thing, and they had sex and stuff. That was weird. That was creepy. That was just it was just a great big disappointment. But right after that, we got one of the better ones, Justice League Dark, which is probably the best one in this period of films. Like ever since they started kind of going downhill with Throne of Atlantis in 2015. This is pretty much the best one they've released since 2015, in my opinion. Justice League Dark came out, kind of reinvigorated the critical reception aspect of things, in my opinion. I thought it was a really really good movie. Right after Dark came the Teen Titans Judas Contract, a continuation of Justice League. Wait, that wasn't. Wait, when was Justice League versus Teen Titans again? What was the first one? Boy, I'm getting this messed up. Okay, Justice League versus Teen Titans was the introduction of the Teen Titans, with Cyborg joining them and Robin joining them. Okay. Batman or Harley Quinn. Wait, no, the Judas Contract came before that. Teen Titans to learn how to talk. Teen Titans: The Judas Contract came out in 2017. This is when they were joined by Dick Grayson, Nightwing. What was or were they with Nightwing already? And anyway, it doesn't really matter. Good continuation in my opinion. Kind of iffy, but it's still good. Batman and Harley Quinn. This kind of took the style of the '90s Batman the animated series animation style and sort of like updated it sort of to modern day. Was not kind of taken by it really. Not not one of the I look I I didn't see it basically. I didn't see it. Batman Gotham by Gaslight, which is mystery, mystery more of it brought more mystery to the Batman thing, and it what's its name Batman, uh wait, it's basically about the Victorian era Batman. All right, so it's based on the Victorian era Batman comic book shows. That's the alternate universe kind of thing. And to be honest, it was disappointing. To be honest, disappointing. Not much else to go into it. Well, after that. Okay, so after that came Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay, which is sort of like a adrenaline junkie sort of movie. Like that's the only thing I can think about whenever I think about Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay, because it's just non-stop action, non-stop blood, just swearing from right to left, from start to finish, and it's honestly it's a good time. It's a good time. It's a great movie in my opinion. Then came the death of Superman in 2018. In my opinion, disappointing. As you can see, the quality is going up and down with this one. Death of Superman basically is a reboot. Well, not like a reboot. It's a retelling, which is reboot. Anyway, of Superman Doomsday in 2007, because they wanted to some reason do that movie again, even though it's after Batman versus Superman and after Superman Doomsday, which they already did before. But since it's a reboot, I guess I just kind of wanted to put that there. Constantine, City of Demons. All right, that's I didn't watch that one. That was just like basically a collection of the Constantine web animation series thing. Wasn't interested by that. Reign of the Superman came out in 2019. That one was okay at best, in my opinion, with all the different Superman. It was okay. Justice League versus the Fatal Five came and went, honestly. In my head, thought it was going to be something more. But, it just didn't leave an impact on me. Batman Hush. All right. Batman Hush came out. I had some hopes for this one because I'm not very familiar with the Hush character. I have a Justice League character guide here. That's the only way how I knew who Hush was going into this. Honestly, I didn't want to do any research. I just wanted to buy it and watch it. I watched it. Underwhelming, in my opinion. And it turned out to be. Wait a minute. With the Riddler being Hush, I could have sworn it was. Okay, I'm kind of getting this one mixed up with I'm kind of getting this one mixed up with the Batman Gotham by Gaslight movie, because the reveal in Gotham by Gaslight, spoilers for anyone interested in that kind of stuff, was that it was Gordon. It was Gordon, Commissioner Gordon, who was the villain in that one. But anyway, that was disappointing. So Batman Hush. Uh, to to be honest, I kind of wish that they went with the it being like Batman's friend. I'm pretty sure that's how it was in the comics. It was like this old friend in Bruce Wayne's past, who came and became this villain Hush. And yeah, I just didn't really care much for it. Did not leave an impact on me at all. Wonder Woman Bloodlines. This is one I like I knew for a fact when Wonder Woman Bloodlines came out that things were just going downhill from this point. All right, I was basically off of the DCEU train at this point, but just hanging on because it was such a big part of my childhood at this point. All right, this was in 2019. In 2019, I was wow, 17. Yeah. I was 17 in 2019, and it was just so bad. It was so bad, just terrible movie. Like just inconsistent animation. The story sucks. The action is nothing to write home about at all. Just like it, I was so close to making a video about it, but to be honest, I just lost interest because I just went on and did something else. All right, because like just the animation was really bad. The story is it's like it's just such a mess of a movie. I just don't know who thought it was a good idea to make Wonder Woman Bloodlines because it is just so bad. Superman Red Sun, with the Soviet Superman thing, adaptation of that. Thought it was all right. That was okay. Justice League Dark, Apocalypse War. Now, Justice League Dark came up when. Now, this just a quick backtrack. This will go well with the story. Now, when Justice League Dark came out in 20, give me 1 second here. Justice League Dark in 2017. All right, got a bunch of praise, made a bunch of money for Marvel, for DC, and they saw how much people liked it, so they were like, "Oh, let's just package this Justice League movie with the Justice League Dark name," because everyone was asking for a sequel. It was like the first time in years where people wanted a sequel to a DCAU film and it happened with Justice League Dark. So they said, "Oh, let's give them a Justice League Dark sequel," because I of course was one of them who wanted the sequel. But then when it came out, turns out it was just a trick. All right, this Justice League Dark Apocalypse War is not a real Justice League Dark movie. All right, it's got Constantine in it, but it is not a Justice League movie. All right, so it's Dark Side. It's Dark Side invading Earth, trying to conquer Earth, whatever. Justice League failing to stop him like the third time or something like that. And it's got this mixed up story with Constantine. What was he? Was he going back in time? I don't think he was going back in time. He was basically just trying to fix the whole thing. All right, it's just this. Oh gosh, goodness gracious, Lord. And then they sent Flash in the end to run and reset the timeline, but it was just a mess, in my opinion. It was just such a slimy move to just package a Justice League movie with a couple Justice League Dark characters and just say, "Oh, it's Justice League Dark Part 2 Apocalypse War," which makes no sense because the Apocalypse is not a villain of the Justice League Dark with Swamp Thing and stuff like that. All right, doesn't make any sense. Anyway, Superman Man of Tomorrow, it just from the trailer and stuff, it just seemed like a regular other Superman movie. Was not interested at all to see it. Batman Soul of the Dragon, I have yet to see it. Looks interesting, but I've yet to see it. Justice Society World War II. I had this one, but to be honest, I just not okay. Just basically after that point, I was basically out of the whole DCAU thing. I moved on to other things, you know, and I just basically don't watch the movies anymore. I might watch the next one that they have coming up, like as far as like they've always got like two or three movies upcoming here. Green Lantern, Beware My Power, Battle of the Super Sons, and Milestone Media Film, which is a separate imprint for DC with Static, Hardware, Icon, Rocket. I guess it would be interesting to see Icon in the movie, since we've never gotten that. But basically that's about it. All right, so like basically for the first like 7-8 years, they released nothing but great films. The DCAU, but then after that, it just kind of just got iffy, and then it just kind of got mostly bad. So I just hopped off the train, basically moved on to something else. But still, they're all very very special to me, even the ones that I didn't like. Just to see it still going strong after all this time, it's a shame that it's not as good as it used to be, like a lot of things are. But it's still these there's still a bunch of great movies, like they went on a whole 21 movie run of just nothing but great good movies, which I recommend a lot of you check out. If I were to recommend specific movies to anyone, I'd recommend Justice League: The New Frontier. Not the most action packed movie, but a very very important film in my opinion. Really really great there. Wonder Woman 2009. Some of the best action these some of the best DC animated action. All right, just forget the whole 2017 Wonder Woman movie. Forget the other Wonder Woman movies. Okay, they pale in comparison to the 2009 Wonder Woman animated film. Green Lantern First Flight. I'll rephrase that one. Superman, Batman, Public Enemy is a really really great movie. Batman and Superman work so great together. Totally recommend it, of course. Justice League Crisis on Two Earths, recommend that as well. Great movie. Under the Red Hood, of course, goes without saying. Uh, All Star Superman, uh, not exactly recommended. Green Lantern Emerald Knights, that's one that I definitely recommend you check out. Superman versus the Elite. If you want to see Superman just go off the handles, bad, bad word, crazy. Yeah, you should definitely watch Superman versus the Elite. Nice change up of the animation style. Dark Knight Returns, Batman. You should watch that. Never saw Superman Unbound. Just like I was kind of watching in the middle of this stuff, and I just realized that I've never seen Superman Unbound. So I'll have to watch that at some point. Flashpoint Paradox, Justice League Flashpoint Paradox, great Flash movie. Definitely, you should check that one out. Justice League War, another one I totally recommend. Batman Assault on Arkham, recommend that as well. Batman versus Robin, I recommend really, really highly. Cannot say any single bad thing about that movie. Voice acting is great, action is great, animation is great, everything is great about that movie. Definitely, definitely recommend. Then after that, I'd recommend Justice League Dark. Definitely. See, it's a bunch of different films here. They have 47 now. I haven't seen like the past 4 or 5 of them, but that's okay. Anyway, this is the end of the video, basically. All right, so this after I'd recommend like if you're just like not for the best film, but like if you're just in it for a good time, quick good time. Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay. Definitely recommend that. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? After that, that's basically it. So that's it. Yeah. So the DCEU meant a lot to me back then. I will always cherish those memories of watching Justice League on TV, Justice League Unlimited, and stuff like that. And especially getting into them when I started to buy the DVDs of them, since they weren't showing on TV anymore. And watching just all these great, amazing films. Just like I can't recommend them highly enough. The ones that I recommended. You can go through the list for yourself. It's all on Wikipedia and stuff. But it's just such a monumental great series, all right? Just like no matter what Marvel does, I don't think they can touch DC in animation. Right now they're not really trying like that. But DC, I've kind of fallen out of their animation, to be honest. I'm just kind of going back right now and reminiscing and watching all the great old ones and seeing how great they were and how great they still are holding up to this day, because it's just that timeless of a thing. But they went on a really great run. These are some great films, and I hope you check them out. Sorry for making this video over a half hour long. Hopefully I'll be able to cut it down to just a half hour or something like that. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll be talking about more movies, more shows, just more things in general that make me happy and stuff like that. So I'll see you all next time. Definitely recommend you check out these DCEU films that I recommended. Thank you for watching. This has been Fraser, not the Exorcist, and I'll see you all next time.